Last night, while you were sleeping, your brain probably created an entire world right inside your head. Maybe you were flying through the sky. Maybe you were talking to an old friend. Maybe you were running from something scary. Or maybe you were just standing in a place that doesn't even exist. And while it was happening, everything felt completely real. You could see things, you could hear sounds, and you could feel deep, genuine emotions. Sometimes dreams feel so incredibly real that we don't even realize we're dreaming. But then morning comes, you open your eyes, and for just a few seconds, you can still catch pieces of it. Maybe you remember a face, a strange place, or a fragment of a conversation. But a few minutes later, it's gone. The dream slowly fades away. And by the time you actually start your day, you can't remember most of it anymore. So why does this happen? Why does the brain create these beautiful, complex dreams only to erase them so quickly? Well, the answer starts with a special stage of sleep called REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it gets this name because during this stage, your eyes move quickly under your closed eyelids. Now, even though your body is completely resting, your brain becomes incredibly active. In fact, during REM sleep, your brain can be almost as active as it is when you're wide awake. And this is exactly the stage where most of our dreaming happens. During REM sleep, the parts of the brain responsible for imagination and emotions light up. This is why dreams can feel so incredibly strange and emotional. One moment you might be walking through your old school, and the next, you're on another planet. And somehow, your brain just accepts it as completely normal. Dreams don't have to make sense. And honestly, that's what makes them so fascinating. But there is one major difference between dreaming and being awake. The part of the brain that helps store memories isn't working very hard during REM sleep. Think about it this way. When you're awake and something important happens, your brain saves that information. That's how memories are made. You remember your birthday, you remember your friends, and you remember what you ate for yesterday's lunch. Your brain records these experiences and stores them away for later. But during dreams, this recording system goes offline. So while your brain is busy creating this amazing experience, it's not actually doing a good job of saving it. Think of it like watching a live video without pressing the record button. You can enjoy the video while it's playing, but once it ends, there's nothing left to keep. Dreams work the exact same way. Your brain creates them, you experience them, but it never properly saves them. As a result, they vanish almost the moment you wake up. But that's not the only reason. Dream memories are also naturally very fragile. When you wake up, your brain immediately shifts its attention to the real world. You start hearing the sounds around you, you look around your room, you pick up your phone, and you start thinking about breakfast, work, school, or your plans for the day. These new real-world thoughts quickly crowd out the dream. It's almost like writing new words on a whiteboard while the old words are still fading away. The more you focus on real life, the faster the dream disappears. Scientists actually say that we forget about half of a dream within just 5 minutes of waking up. And after 10 minutes, almost 90% of it is completely gone. That's incredibly fast. Imagine forgetting 90% of a movie just 10 minutes after the credits roll. That sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what happens to our dreams almost every single night. Though, have you ever noticed something interesting? Sometimes, if you wake up right in the middle of a dream, you can remember everything perfectly. You know what happened, where you were, and exactly how you felt. But if you roll over and go back to sleep, or even if you just wait a few minutes, those memories slowly slip away. This happens because the dream is still fresh the second you open your eyes, but the longer you wait, the weaker that memory becomes. This is exactly why some people try to write down their dreams the absolute second they wake up. They keep a notebook right next to their bed, and the moment they open their eyes, they jot down everything they can remember. Even writing down just a few words can help lock the dream in place before it vanishes. People call this a dream journal, and many people who use them find that they get much better at remembering their dreams over time. Still, not everyone remembers dreams the same way. Some people wake up with vivid memories almost every morning, while others can go weeks without remembering a single one. Does that mean some people just don't dream? Actually, no. Almost everyone dreams every single night. The difference isn't in the dreaming, it's in the remembering. Some people naturally wake up more often during the night, even if it's just for a few seconds. This brief waking moment gives the brain a quick chance to lock in the dream memory. On the other hand, people who sleep very deeply might dream just as much, but they're far less likely to remember them in the morning. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly why some people are better at this than others, but they do know one thing for sure. Almost everyone forgets the vast majority of their dreams. And honestly, maybe that's a good thing. Imagine if you remembered every single dream you ever had. You dream several times every night, which means thousands of dreams every year. After a decade, your brain would be cluttered with thousands upon thousands of dream memories. Some would be strange, some scary, and some would make absolutely no sense. If you remembered all of them perfectly, it might become hard to separate your dreams from your actual reality. So, forgetting dreams might actually be your brain's way of staying organized. It chooses to keep the information that's useful and clears out the rest. In a way, your brain works a bit like a phone with limited storage. When the storage gets full, you have to delete old files to make room for the new ones. Dreams might just be the files that get cleared out. But even if we forget them, dreams still serve a powerful purpose. Some scientists believe they help us process our emotions. Others think they help the brain organize our memories from the day. And some researchers even believe they help us solve problems. Have you ever gone to bed stressed about a problem only to feel much better the next morning? Your brain might have actually been working through that issue while you were sound asleep. So, just because you forgot the dream, it doesn't mean it was useless. It may have already done its job. Perhaps that's the most beautiful thing about them. Every single night, your brain creates stories, places, people, and experiences that feel entirely real. You live inside those moments. You feel joy, you feel fear, and you feel excitement. And then, as the sun rises, almost all of it vanishes into thin air. A whole world existed inside your mind for a brief moment, and then it left without a trace. So tonight, if you wake up and can't remember what you were dreaming about, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with your memory, and there's nothing wrong with your brain. You're simply experiencing something that happens to almost every human being on Earth. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do, creating incredible worlds while you sleep, and quietly letting them go when the morning arrives.